Hey guys, and welcome to Riggs Garage tonight. This is a Riggs Garage Workbench edition where I'm going to talk about some parts on the workbench. The parts in question tonight are a Ford Granada front disc brake swap for my 1970 Mustang Fastback. The Ford Granada disc brake swap has been a common, easy bolt-on disc brake swap for early Mustangs and other Fords for a very long time. A Granada disc brake swap is taking the front spindles and rotating assembly, rotors, caliper brackets, calipers, and everything from a 1975 and up Ford Granada. Also there's a Mercury version, and bolting it straight onto your Mustang or early Ford. This was often considered a budget swap, and I'm kind of at a crossroads with it. I've been gathering parts. I got the spindles for free and the caliper brackets for free, so it was very appealing to me at first, but I'm going to walk you through why I'm probably not going to do it. Let me know in the comments below what you think, but hopefully this will help somebody make a good decision on what to do with their classic Mustang. This video is not intended to be a comprehensive video, but it is going to give you a good overview of what we have. Additionally, I'm going to be adding detailed links below that will have complete part lists and all of the things you'll need to do to complete this swap. If you find this helpful or just like the video or find something useful, let me know in the comments below and give the video a like and subscribe to Riggs Garage. I appreciate everybody that's joined the crew so far. Thank you. Alright, let's dig in. This is a Ford Granada spindle. The part number on these spindles is, I've got a 5D8AA. There's a Ford logo here and 203. That seems to be a pretty common designation. Check it out online. Also, we have the dust backing cover. That is handy. I'm going to kind of piece this together for you so you can see what goes into it. Let me clean this off so I don't get junk and brand new bearings. We have the Granada spindle. This one is 1975, call it. When you have this, I've ordered all my parts for 1975 Granada, and so far it's been good. So I'm going to put the base bearing on. 75 Granada bearing, inner bearing. Here's the brake rotor. This came with all the races installed already and the studs, so it's ready to rock and roll. Cool. New outer bearing. Right on. Then we have a retainer plate. O'Reilly sells a kit that goes very well for the Granada. It's like $5 and it came with the nut, a retainer, a cotter pin, and then the plate. Set him in there. Make sure you cross thread that axle nut and hit it with an impact. I kid. Alright, so we have an assembly here. Everything fits really well so far. In fact, if you have all Granada parts, everything is going to fit very well, and this will bolt right up to your Mustang. On a 1970 Mustang, everything is literally bolt-on. On earlier Mustangs, you want to check the resources below. There are a couple times where your tie rod ends need an adapter, or you need to use a Ford Granada outer tie rod end that fits the diameter of the hole. Alright, so far everything's nice and smooth. Where I'm running into issues with this swap, it's really just running into a convenience thing, and I'm figuring that I'm about to spend about what it's going to cost to buy myself a nice Willwood disc brake kit. I got the spindle for free, and it also came with a caliper bracket and a caliper. So the caliper I'm just using for fitting purposes only at this point, which is fine. But you'll see here, what I got is actually 68 Mercury Cougar caliper bracket and caliper. I'll show you. Now this is not a showstopper. I'm going to have to ream the spindle out like a 1/16 of an inch to get the bolt to go through for the Mercury Cougar. It's a little bit fat. And really, I have no problem with that at all. I've done much worse things to more critical systems on a car in my past. that never got me killed, clearly. And that would not be a structural issue or anything, just to ream this hole out a tiny bit. It seems to be tapered for the Ford Fairmont. And the Mercury, clearly not. So that's a 68 Mercury caliper. You will need to ream out the spindle a little bit on this bolt hole. And then, yep, 68 Mercury Cougar brake caliper. And I know it's 68 Mercury because I looked it up and one of them actually had 68 Mercury written on it. I believe these were fitted on here for wheel fitment issues, probably so this would clear a 14-inch wheel for a Mustang. So caliper goes here, you all know where that goes. Like I said, I really have no trouble or problem modifying that spindle a little bit to make it fit, but it made me stop for a minute and think about my other options. Right now I've got about $200 in this swap and it's about done. I do need about $60 worth of calipers and that's fine. But what I'm coming down to is, compared to a modern 4-piston caliper, in my opinion, this is a subpar swap. This thing's gonna stop pretty much like a stock Mustang would have in 1970. It's not gonna be any better because we're going from drums to disc, and these are very rudimentary single piston discs. See, just one giant piston right here. In my opinion, there are better options out there. So what I'm gonna likely do is take on a couple car jobs, make some extra cash, and right now, the Wilwood Dynalite Classic Series is on sale on Amazon for $507. Now that's a Wilwood disc brake kit. It comes with everything I need to bolt on to the drum brake spindles that are currently on the 70 Mustang Fastback. That sounds really good to me. The kit comes with everything I need. Literally everything bolts up to the 70 Mustang Fastback. $507. I take the parts back that I have purchased here, and I'll have $200 something right there from taking parts back. And then I'll show you the rest of the system here. I'm going to use a manual disc drum master cylinder out of a 72 Ford Maverick. Everything that I've read says this bolts right up. This is a manual brake car already, because you always know what you're going to get when you push on that brake pedal. You're never going to run out of vacuum in extreme situations, and you'll just be good to go. And then I'm going to put a manual proportioning valve that'll control my rear brakes, so I can dial those in and make sure I have some control over the rear brakes. So those items right there should keep me with a very stable brake system. I will replace lines as needed. I suspect some of those 50-year-old lines are complete junk, so I will bend new lines and make them as needed. I really like the idea of the Wilwood kit that has everything put together that's matched, instead of hobbling together a 75 Granada, 68 Cougar, 70 Mustang brake system out of factory parts that were never really great performers to start with. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I appreciate everybody watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing to Riggs Garage. I appreciate it.